Just a second. Hold on. Background noise here. Too damn quiet.
Some of you may remember a few years ago when I reviewed the Lucio Fulci movie City of the Living Dead. Yeah. Anyway, that movie was actually the first installment of what Fulci would call his Gates of Hell trilogy. Now I'm finally getting to the second part. Boy, good thing I did City of the Living Dead first. Otherwise, people might find this movie a little confusing. After releasing City of the Living Dead in 1980, Fulci released the second and third parts of his Gates of Hell trilogy the following year, starting with The Beyond and concluding with House at the Cemetery. Out of all of them, The Beyond is probably the most famous, or should I say infamous. Like a lot of Fulci's movies, it was controversial, being named a video nasty in the UK, and its North American release was trimmed by several minutes and renamed Seven Doors of Death, not getting a full-on cut release until 1998. Despite this, though, the movie managed to gain a cult following. Today, it's considered one of Fulci's best films. It is still a Lucio Fulci movie, though, which means two things. It's going to be gory, and it's not going to make a whole lot of sense. Anyway, we begin in 1927 Louisiana, a time when real life still looked like a silent movie. Okay, looks like sound effects have been invented by then. I get the feeling something sinister is going on here. Holy shit, Avon is Nilfog spelled backwards. And it's a Fulci movie, so better enjoy some eyeballs while they're still intact. I don't know who these guys are, but it looks like they're at the end of an old Universal Monsters movie instead of the beginning of a Fulci one. Hey, fellas, angry mob, huh? Well, no need to check in. Make yourselves at home. I gotta admit, the sepia tone photography here is actually pretty moody and effective. It really sets the tone for the film. Although I wonder what it'd be like if I made it look even older. Huh, interesting. And in case you didn't know, this is a Fulci movie. Godly warlock. See, only a few minutes in, we've already got some gore. If you still don't believe me, maybe the Passion of the Antichrist hero convinced you. Back in 1920 Louisiana, they took their Easter pageants a little too seriously. Okay, as far as the plot goes, this guy is apparently a warlock, and the hotel he's in is actually one of the 7 gateways to hell. That makes sense. This is part of the Gates of Hell trilogy, after all. And holy shit, an Italian horror director using his real name? What sorcery is this? Cut to 1981, where the hotel has just been inherited by Liza, played by Catriona McCall, or Catherine McCall if you go by the credits.
I just want to clean up the outside walls a bit. Maybe tidy up the sides and then. Wow, this is something that's listening up.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother fixing up this dump. Just sell it to Universal Studios so they can make a new Bates Motel. Things
Alright, now let's take some great tones. I owe a bunch of people some sketch covers they paid for quite a while ago. So, and since they're taking longer than I thought they would, I'm going to jazz these up a little bit more than I should.
Not to worry though, they make it Dr. McKay, played by David Warbeck, and come on, dog, stop doing that, will you? Are you sure? Because I was kind of hoping you could get back to work this afternoon. With the painter gone, I wonder how long it's going to take to fix up this place. Hey, the jump scare bell still works. Liza also gets a plumber named Joe to come over, though I suspect his real name is more like Giovanni. Oh, it's Tonino? Alright, well, close enough. Well, this ain't good. Your basement's flooded, and it has a weird, creepy lady in it.
Martha, I made this in my note for it. Just for you.
Well, I'm sure she's fine. In addition to Martha, Liza also has an assistant named partner, and I think he might be even creepier.
What are you doing in my room?
And definitely not your panties, I swear. Oh, well, there's your problem. There's a leak going all the way to the fiery depths of hell in here. Oh, remember when I mentioned eyeballs earlier?
I apologize for the lateness of these sketch covers too, guys. And I got
All right, I'll fix the leak.
sidetracked from trying to get caught up with commissions and some other stuff. So, but I'm gonna make sure you guys are satisfied with the coverage you purchased for sure.
Also runs into Emily, the girl from the beginning who was reading the book of Avon and is now blind. Well, other than that, I'd say she's aged pretty well since 1927.
My name is Emma. I've been looking.
Well, technically my dog's been looking for you, but, you know, figure of speech. While a lot of Italian horror movies from this time were made in Italy and just pretended to be somewhere else, this was actually filmed on location in New Orleans, and to Fulci's credit, he does manage to make it look both beautiful and weirdly creepy.
Anyway, why did you say that to me about the hotel? I can't explain.
Yeah, it's a Fulci movie, so not much is going to be explained here. Just go with it. Meanwhile, Martha finds the plumber in the basement. While he may be horrifically mutilated, her resting bitch face is totally unaffected. However, seeing a mummy rise from the mud does make her kind of change facial expressions. Alright, better take these two to the morgue. He's in amazingly good shape for a corpse. Supposedly dead 6 years. Is that the biggest question that needs answering here? For starters, you should probably figure out why he's still blinking. There's even more twists here. Not only did the plumber die under mysterious circumstances, but his daughter is Pippi Longstocking. Well, Joe may be dead. His wife is still going to have one final night with him. No peeking on the corpse. Oh, and see if you can guess what happened next. That's right, fourth floor. You might want to move there, lady. Or, you know, don't, whatever you feel like. See, this is why hospitals need to clearly label and put secure lids on their acid jars. And they also need to find a better place to store their zombies. Never mind the kid, though. How's Liza doing with her hotel renovations?
I mean, I'm your average uncle. It's a bachelor, not a real estate person.
Yeah, judging by what's happened so far, your uncle also had blood orgies with Aleister Crowley and meddled in the dark arts, but whatever, dude liked to party. Also, where the hell did you get such creepy assistants? Well,
I can't buy one. They came from the hotel.
yeah, that's New Orleans law. If people come with a house, you can't get rid of them, even if you're the owner. Hey, kid, sorry your mom died for being too stupid to know what acid does, but look on the bright side. Maybe she'll come back as Darkman or something. Even more bad news, not only is the little girl an orphan now, but she's also developed cataracts. Still not exactly sure what the hell is going on here, but whatever it is, it does look nice. Bad Emily can't see any of it.
I wanted to stay. I know. I'll have to take it.
Well, okay, but I still think there's going to be a lot of stuff that doesn't add up here. So as I said, the hotel was built over one of the 7 gateways to hell, which would explain how Liza's uncle got it for so cheap. That's not the only thing they have to worry about, though.
With YouTube Premium, you can watch as many videos as you want without pausing for ads. Get into what you're into with ad-free videos. Try it on us.
Damn jump scare bell! Emily also explains that room 36 is where the warlock from the beginning was killed. Weird, I could have swore the angry mob dragged him down to the basement before they killed him earlier, but sure, it was actually room 36.
Now look here. I've lived in New York all my life. And there's one thing I've learned not to believe in, it's ghosts.
Well, it's a Fulci movie, so you're mainly going to have to worry about zombies. And to prove she doesn't believe in ghosts, Liza goes into room 36. Damn it, I already made a joke about the furniture being clan members last episode. Shit. See? No ghosts. There's just this discount Necronomicon. Oh, and this, I guess. Okay, look, lady, instead of fixing this place up, just convert it into a haunted house. I mean, most of the work's already done for you. See, you've got plenty of sheets to make ghosts. Not only is the corpse not in the bathroom when the cave goes in there, but he's got even more news for Liza. Who's Emily?
Liza, I'm in the old house by the crossroads.
blind girl in New Orleans, and none of them are named Emily. You're crazy, lady. Well, only one thing to do now. Head to Bourbon Street, buy yourself a hand grenade, and get shit-faced. Or, just head into this bookstore.
Shit. Great.
I believe that about as much as I believe your accident. If you think this guy's creepy, here's a reminder that Arthur still exists. Maybe Liza left some of her panties down in the basement. She won't notice if I look down here. Meanwhile, Liza's assistant Martin goes to the New Orleans Public Director Cameo Library to look up the building plans for the hotel. He wants to see if the Gateway to Hell can be converted into an exercise room. Well, with Lucio Fulci himself running this library, I'm sure he'll be just fine. New Orleans weather, am I right, people? It's almost as bad as the bugs. I don't like where this is going. This is another situation that I feel could easily be fixed if this guy just moved. This is probably the most infamously gross sequence in the entire movie. And it's so effective it helps to make up for the obviously fake spiders in some shots. So to reiterate, your hotel's located in a bad neighborhood. It's directly over hell. Before they can get out of there, though, it's time to play a quick game of New Orleans or South American jungle. You decide. Jeez, even Bob Beal wouldn't be able to fix up this shithole. This is the Hellmouth. Oh, wait, this is actually Emily's place. Oh, that explains things. She can't see how messy it is. Hey, listen, lady. Other than making the undead look chipper by comparison, what exactly do you do here?
What are you doing?
Okay, more gross shit. That's what.
Working on a
Hey,
cover,
ever
honey.
wondered what the bathroom scene
Just
in The
working on a
Shining
cover,
would have been
honey.
like if it had a zombie
Yeah, I'm
version of
streaming.
Peter Jackson? Well, wonder no more. Oh,
See?
did I mention eyeballs? Yeah, they really got to take care of those loose nails. Because corpses keep piling up, McKay better check on this one to see if it's still clinking. No. The line is, when there's no more room in hell, the Italian film industry will still keep making Dawn of the Dead knockoffs. I feel bad for Emily. She keeps trying to warn people about the Hellmouth, and they still won't leave. The ghost of Scott Joplin. Who else? There he is. Look, Emily, I know it's not very fancy, but maybe you should just stay at a Motel 6 instead. There's a lot less undead there. I've heard of slow zombies, but Jesus, step it up, fellas. Yeah, that's right. You guys are about to get fucked by Dickie. And this is why it's important to have a loyal dog. They can protect you from zombies. Ooh, bad Dickie. Oh, great. Now she's going to need a hearing dog, too. Meanwhile, in Silent Hill, McCabe tries to call Liza. She's too busy trying to fix that pesky leak in the basement. Look, Liza, just forget about the hotel and leave. And get rid of that damn jump scare bell. McCabe drops by, but when Liza tries to show him Arthur down in the basement, he's not there anymore. I'm beginning to think that instead of trying to kill her, the undead in this hotel are just playing pranks on her.
I just goofed
Yeah,
it.
just
I can fix it though, luckily.
Logic ain't really a strong suit. Case in point, check out what McCabe says next. This hotel. One of the living bakeries in hell. Okay, wait. So you believe that? Liza saying she got attacked by somebody? Ooh, bitch must be crazy. Even more bad news. In addition to the leak, the basement also has a draft and a nosebleed, apparently. Eventually, Liza and McCabe decide to get the hell out of there. Real shame, too. The hotel was just starting to fill up. And wait, are they actually in Silent Hill? We'll be at the hospital. Hospital? No, don't go there. It's just going to be full of creepy nurses. Oh, wait, never mind. Looks like the place is empty. One benefit of being in the South, this is an open carry hospital. Now they can protect themselves in case any jump scares show up. Phew, just in time. Well, no creepy nurses, but this place does seem to be full of the shuffling dead. Don't worry, McCabe will take care of them. Hey, come on, man. Haven't you seen a zombie movie before? Shoot him in the head. Or don't. Okay, now he knows what to do. Head, asshole! Damn, ran out of bullets just as he was about to shoot him in the foot. Maybe one of the orderlies can explain what's happening. Don't make me shoot you everywhere but the head, motherfucker. Alright, as surreal and terrifying as this whole situation is, I think the scariest part is this no smoking sign. Come on, it's 1981. I should be able to blow smoke in a dying cancer patient's face if I want to. I am happy, though, that these two were able to find a little levity in this whole situation. It doesn't really matter that McCabe has a seemingly endless supply of bullets since he still doesn't know where to put them. Alright, you know what? If you're this dumb, you deserve to die. At this point, you might as well just give the little girl a gun. Wow, still don't get it, do you? I guess you don't have any brains. Alright, as much as I'm complaining about him not shooting the zombies in the head, this does have one of the most awesome headshots in horror movie history. We find out the little girl is evil, and then... Huh. Weird,
That'll work.
that went different. Alright, here's the real shot. Good work, McCabe. Now do that with all the other zombies, stupid. After escaping the zombies, they find out the hospital just leads back to the basement of the Seven Doors Hotel. And while you're there, might as well go through the gateway to hell. Who knows, maybe it'll lead to some kid's backyard in Canada. Oh, never mind, it just leads to the ending of a Fulci movie. This hellish landscape is also the same one being painted by the Warlock at the beginning. Damn, too bad the Warlock wasn't Bob Ross, then they could be in a tranquil forest setting right now. Not that it really matters, since they wouldn't be able to see any of it.
And you will face the sea of darkness, and all therein that may be.
And they all lived happily ever after. As you can probably guess, The Beyond wasn't exactly beloved by critics when it first came out, some even calling it a Z-grade horror movie, but after its uncut re-release in 1998, it gained a reputation as not only one of Lucio Fulci's best films, but also a classic of 80s Italian horror. How much you'll enjoy it, though, is really going to depend on your sensibilities. If you're looking for something with beautiful cinematography, a haunting soundtrack, and some memorably icky gore, this one's got you covered. If, on the other hand, you want something that makes perfect logical sense where everything's explained, well, it's a Fulci movie, so you're not going to be getting that. The movie can almost seem like a series of weird, gory set pieces that are only tenuously strung together. This has the effect of giving it a deranged fever dream-like quality. Not a lot of people are able to pull off the whole artsy exploitation movie vibe, but here Fulci does it better than arguably any other movie in his filmography. So if you don't mind various scenes of eyeballs getting fucked up, put on The Beyond and enjoy the ride. Just don't expect everything to get explained. Well, that's the second part of Fulci's Gates of Hell trilogy. Will I finish it up next episode? No. Something else. Well, that's all for now. Until next time. Today's movie is a special request from Patreon supporter Bradley Martin, who asked me to review the movie City of the Living Dead. And this is something of a milestone for this show because it's the very first movie I've reviewed from legendary Italian director Lucio Fulci, known for movies like Zombie, The Beyond, and The New York Ripper. And just what exactly does that mean? It means this episode is going to be really gross. City of the Living Dead, also known as The Gates of Hell, is a 1980 horror movie and is the first in Lucio Fulci's Gates of Hell trilogy, which also includes The Beyond and The House by the Cemetery. And if you're wondering how these movies are connected, Fulci says they're a trilogy. That's pretty much it. And like a lot of Lucio Fulci's films, the movie was controversial, being banned in Germany and having its UK release cut to remove offensive content. Then again, considering the word ninja is apparently offensive in the UK, I don't know if that means a whole lot. So let's see what all the fuss is about. Jeez, take it easy, lady. That font's a little boring, but it's not that scary. Although, it does look like whoever did the opening credits was deathly afraid of capital letters, which I guess is better than having a dolphin do your music, unless of course Flipper is just goblin spelled backwards. So the movie begins in the town of Dunwich, where it looks like a priest is busy filming an 80s metal video. Look, they even wrote the lyrics for him on this tombstone. Oh, and in case you think I'm reaching with that comparison, watch this. Kind of works, doesn't it? And fuck Dunwich, apparently we're in New York now. Catriona MacCall plays a psychic named Mary Woodhouse who gets a vision of the priest from earlier. Yeah, I know that looks bad, but considering priests are supposed to be celibate, autoerotic asphyxiation is pretty much inevitable. Not to mention, all these shots would look great in the video, but apparently Mary disagrees with me.
I'm afraid Mary's dead.
What? How could she be dead already? She's second billed in the credits. Hopefully the police can get to the bottom of this mystery.
Maybe I've got no imagination. But your story is a little tough to swallow.
It's a Lucio Fulci movie. They're more about mood and creating a surreal atmosphere than having a coherent plot. Case in point, the evil spirits in this movie seem more concerned with lighting their farts and fucking with the editor than doing any actual haunting. And is the living
And some
dead part of the
tonnage
title referring
to
to the
this. I'm not going to
actors?
do any full
Everyone in this
colors
movie
on
said
that.
they'd never seen the sun a day in their lives. I think the healthiest looking complexion I've
Very
seen so far has been on this blow up doll.
The sketch on here to feel kind of loose, so not going to do any full rendering on anything here.
You know, I didn't think it was possible to be afraid for a blow up doll, but this guy proved me wrong. If that's how he looks at a blow up doll, I don't even want to know what he's got planned for this thing. We now meet an investigative journalist named Peter, played by Christopher George. Hopefully he can figure out what the hell is going on. First, though, he's got to get through stripper cop here.
It's not going to be any misery
Yeah.
when the next guy dies if I let any unauthorized people in the house.
Is there a way that gentlemen's agreements?
Wait, so are these two gonna fuck now? Well, I'm still not really sure what's going on, so might as well drink. Okay, guess the ghost in this movie must not be
I need to
bad
see
at
one.
Makes more sense than bartender Ron Swanson's explanation.
New beers, new
Get refill that one. That one just, yes.
Trump just thought he saw that happen. They better quit drinking fast before the whole bar ends up falling apart. Please tell me this movie starts to make sense.
When I was 8 years old, I wanted to marry my father. I guess all girls that age want to marry their fathers.
Okay.
Anyway, I got over it pretty quick. It was okay.
And he's your dad. I think that part's kind of important. So I'm guessing these are more of our protagonists? I don't know. This movie seesaws between locations and characters so much. For all I know, the movie could be about these two. At this point, they've had about as much screen time as Catriona MacCall has. Hey, you're not gonna leave it like that, are you? You know it. Anyway, what does she care? She's not in any hurry. Like hell she is, and she's got 3 more movies to make this year. And surprise, turns out Mary's still alive. Now she just needs to kill Bill her way out of there. Or I guess Christopher George can say.
There we go.
Well, great. Now you killed her.
Bear with me for just a
I'm
moment.
trying to help before you do kill her, you dick. We now learn that the priest from the beginning was named Father Thomas, and his death has somehow opened a gateway to hell.
The gates of hell. I don't know where it is.
No, according
So,
to
it's filling some
IMDb,
blanks
it's in
now.
Savannah, Georgia. Psychic
Actually,
lady here
no.
explains
Wait a
that if
minute.
they don't go to Dunwich and
I'm
close the
getting ahead
gate
of
before
myself
All
here.
Saints Day, the dead will walk the earth and summon Gozer or some shit like that. Back in Dunwich, a weird twist of events, it looks like the blow-up doll actually ended up raping this guy. And we haven't had something inexplicable happen in a while.
What's up here?
Ugh, Chef Boyardee spaghetti and meatballs. What's this? 2 young people making out in a car in an 80s horror movie? Boy, I sure hope nothing bad ends up happening to them.
That's great. I'm glad it arrived safely.
Sorry, it's just the jump cut was really awkward. Oh no, the car won't start, and I just realized I have 2 days till retirement. We're screwed. If you think Father Thomas is going to do something simple like stab him to death, think again.
I was just contacted by one of the guys I just did a commission for. He received it, and it wasn't damaged. Unlike one of the pieces I sent out this week, it got damaged in the mail, which really upset
Okay,
me.
well, like a lot of Lucio,
But I'm going to replace the piece.
I don't really know what's happening, but it looks freaky. Fulci makes a cameo as a pathologist investigating the murders, though something tells me even he doesn't know what the hell's happening.
Doesn't seem to have been any kind of physical abuse.
Yeah, you might want to check her again there, Doc. Once again, I'm having a real hard time telling the dead characters from the living ones in this movie. I think this guy's draining this girl's blood just so he can drink it later. Priest also tries scaring punk rock Powder from earlier, although nothing he does is ever going to be scarier than this. What? You mean the priest disappeared? Now what is this guy supposed to fuck? Meanwhile, Peter and Mary make their way to Dunwich. Hopefully they can get there before All Saints Day. Aren't you supposed to be saving the world? You know, gates of hell, the dead rising from their graves, that stuff? Okay, guess it's not that important. Well, they still probably have some time. So far, the dead seem content to just live on the living. Who the hell would want to live in Dunwich? The whole place looks like Silent Hill if it was founded by plantation owners. Whoa, 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 what is this?
You used to have a whole pack of drawing pencils.
Oh well, it's like the Evil
No idea what it is on.
If you need a pencil, just let me know. I'll give you one.
That means you can explain to the adults just what the hell is going on. Maybe this kid won't be that.
You need a pencil sharpener? Okay, well, if you do, here you go. If you need it.
Okay, never mind. I see Blow-Up and Tasty Faces still in this movie, but never mind that. Time for art class. You know, I always said Bob Ross should have included more happy little rhinos in his paintings. And it looks like the Evil Dead demon.
Just filling in blacks on this one, and then I'll do a little bit of white highlighting, not much. Just separate some line work in certain spots.
I'm no longer attracted to my father. Why'd you call him if you already have a gun? What's he supposed to do? Try and work out the zombie's daddy issues?
I don't know. Maybe a person.
Yeah, this is a zombie movie, not a vampire movie. And damn it, Sandra, would it kill you to tidy up a little bit before company comes over?
Let's get out of here. I can't make this happen.
You should probably call the cops to investigate the dead body, or just leave, whatever. Turns out they don't need to call the cops after all. The problem fixed itself. Although, considering everything else going on in this house, they should probably leave anyway before I'm forced to make even more Evil Dead references. And if these two gotten to Dunwich yet, oh, terrible.
You know that Dunwich was built on the ruins of the original place.
Yeah, well, Salem, Massachusetts is going to be very interested to hear that. And quit pretending pretending like you're not in the deep south. Oh, shit, you mean this guy's still in the movie? What's his name?
Bob.
Great, now I know what to call him right before he's killed off. Have to get to the most famous scene in the movie, after all. Not sure why this guy's so mad at Bob. Maybe that blow-up doll from earlier was his daughter and he's mad Bob got her pregnant. This was also one of the scenes cut from the movie's UK release. I can't imagine why. Well, at least now Giovanni Lombardo Radice's complexion is finally appropriate. And if you're wondering how Bob's storyline ties into the rest of the movie, good, because so am I.
What do you plan on doing?
I have a feeling this is where the answer is. Again, this is the Lucio Fulci movie. You're not going to find answers anywhere. Meanwhile, Peter and Mary have finally made it to Dunwich. Welcome to the city of the dead. Now,
We must find the priest's grave. Uncover him. There isn't much time left.
well, maybe if you didn't stop for snacks, you wouldn't have to hurry. And hey, just because the fate of the world's hanging in the balance doesn't mean they can't introduce themselves to Jerry and Sam.
Brush
Now
out.
that our main characters are together, maybe this movie will finally start making sense. Nope. Don't give Lucio Fulci credit. The guy knows how to squick people out. Wonder how many maggots ended up in the craft service table after filming this scene. In any case, it sure looks like this kid's breakfast got ruined. Oh, and his zombie sister killed Terrence. It is really not this kid's day. They better close the gate to hell fast. Not only are the dead rising from their coffins, they're also learning to walk on their hands. And apparently there are jungle animals on the loose in Dunwich. Oh, never mind, just zombies. Dead. Again, I can't imagine why this movie was controversial. And run all you want to, kid, but this is an 80s European horror movie, which means your ass is grass. What? You mean he got away? Damn it. In order to close the gates, they need to find where Father
There we
Thomas
go.
is buried and uncover him, which I guess will fix everything. All right, time to find Father Thomas's grave and close the gates of hell. Well, you didn't have to also interrupt the movie. I don't know what's more terrifying about this shot, the zombie or the fact that this place has Schlitz on tap. You guys might want to pick up the pace a little bit. Or do you want some kind of time limit?
It's what? It's All Saints Day.
In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have insisted we stop for food on the way here. My bad. Great. Thanks to your negligence, the dead are now frantically jump cutting into existence. Which I guess will help them out if they ever decide to become YouTube vloggers. And apparently the All Saints Day time limit didn't matter after all, since they find Father Thomas's tomb and try closing the gates anyway. I'm sure desecrating a tomb will stop the dead from rising. First, though, we need to gross out the actors. Relax, it's just a rat. Living a loud verse. See? Oh, yeah. Okay, looks like that's it for Christopher George. And considering he apparently didn't get along with Lucio Fulci on set, I wouldn't be surprised if having his character be the first of these three to die was his idea.
Okay, so now
That's gonna work on a zombie. Oh. Okay, guess it did. And I think these two are starting to realize going into a tomb during a zombie outbreak might not have been the greatest idea. Oh well, at least it means we get more atmospheric scenery. You know, given everything that's happening, this seems like a good time for Thriller to be playing that sound. But I guess the King's Quest theme will do instead. And do you two even have a plan? Sure, you found Father Thomas, but what are you going to do now? Politely ask him to stop? Ooh, crucifix to the crotch. All right, that works. So they managed to stop Father Thomas and close the gates to hell. And if you're wondering why Father Thomas was evil in the first place and how hanging himself opened the gates to hell,
There we go.
wait a second. Something tells me there's a twist ending coming on.
Okay. Anything else I wanted to do it? You know what? I think we're going to call this one done. Let's take the assignment.
Okay, at first glance, that ending may not seem to make any sense, but as somebody who's seen a lot of child characters in movies, I know just how
All right.
terrifying
So
they
there's
can
one
be.
down.
Okay, supposedly the negative of the film's original ending was accidentally destroyed. And with limited time and money to finish the movie, this was the best they could do.
So,
Too
can
bad.
you see that?
Fulci's
Can you see it
original
there?
ending would have neatly tied everything together. City of the Living Dead may not be as famous or acclaimed as some of Lucio Fulci's other movies like Zombie or The Beyond,
Cool.
but it still has all
All
the
right,
Fulci
so-
trademarks. Lots of gore, surreal, atmospheric
This-
cinematography,
let's go
and a
with this
plot that
one.
seems like a bunch of random
Cool.
scenes and characters tenuously strung together.
I had a bunch of these pre-sketched out, so it would save me a little bit of time. So,
Don't expect everything in the movie to add up. Well, that's all for now. Now, if you'll excuse me, this movie has made me thirsty. You know, it's funny. I usually don't drink Dr. Pepper. What made me think of it?
I'm hungry.
Good. There's a lollipop in the glove box. Today's movie is a special request from Patreon supporter Kaz, who asked me to review Demons. Oh, hey, that's the second demon-related request I've had this year. Maybe I will end up getting to that killer Sasquatch movie. Ah, well, I guess for now, just that clip will have to do.
I'm trying to figure out which of my pens are working and which ones aren't. That one's working.
Demons, also known as Demoni, is a 1985 Italian horror movie from legendary director Dario Argento, who's known for movies like Deep Red, Suspiria, and Tenebrae. Except that Argento didn't actually direct this movie, Lamberto Bava did. Oh sure, Argento did produce and co-write the movie, but you can be forgiven for thinking he also directed it since his name is the one most prominently displayed on the movie's poster art. I guess people thought the name of the director of Suspiria would be more of a draw than the one who made Devilfish. Lamberto Bava, if you remember, also directed Blast Fighter, although sadly this movie doesn't have Michael Softeev's sweet mustache in it. It does, however, have a bit of a reputation as a cult classic, so between this, The Stuff, and Phantasm, the last few Patreon requests really seem to want me to rip stuff that people like. Dario Argento presents a movie he didn't direct, but a lot of people will think he did. And in case you didn't know what decade this movie was made in, wow, could this movie be any more 50s? Yeah, Claudio Simonetti might have done the music, but it looks like a Susie and the Banshees concert is about to break out at any moment. Actually, if you're a fan of 80s hard rock, this does have a pretty kick-ass soundtrack. Heavy metal is still the GOAT, though. I got bad news for this girl. I think the train she's on is being stalked by an Italian knockoff of the Terminator. Good thing her stop is right here. Let's see. A pretty girl in a creepy subway at the beginning of a horror movie? I'm sure she'll be fine. Relax, lady. He's just making sure you didn't hop any turnstiles. Besides, it doesn't matter if you run, since this guy has horror movie teleportation powers. It turns out this guy is just handing out tickets to a free screening of a new movie. Viral marketing was a lot different before the internet. By the way, the Fiat 800 here is played by Michele Soavi, who's also a director of Italian horror movies like The Church and Cemetery Man. He also played Pete in Blast Fighter, and if you're wondering why I didn't mention that in my review of that movie, I forgot.
Are you dressed like this for the promotion of the film?
No, he's just cosplaying as his favorite character from the movie Demons. This is our main character, Cheryl, a university student who's meeting her friend Kathy. What? Fuck getting an education? We got free tickets to a movie.
Did the whole movie have a title? No, maybe it's a sneak peek. You know, they show a brand new movie in a theater just to see the reaction of
All I can say is you better not be the ones who suggest that they add the narration to Blade Runner. One thing you'll quickly notice is that this movie looks a lot better than the last Lamberto Bava movie I reviewed on this show. Blast Fighter looked okay, but was a fairly average-looking 80s exploitation movie. The lighting, cinematography, and camera work are all much more atmospheric and proficient here. And this movie was made only a year after Blast Fighter. A lot of that probably has to do with Argento's influence, since he's the one known for having a colorful, exaggerated style. Either way, this is a nice-looking movie.
Hey, look, Kathy. There it is. You don't think it's going to be a horror movie?
What, an Italian movie called Demons? Yeah, probably. Actually, maybe it isn't, since the ticket girl's dressed up like Will Ferrell from Elf. Now that Cheryl and Kathy are finally inside the theater, did somebody order some preppy potential date rapists? Hey, baby, I've got a sweater tied around my neck, so you know my family probably has money. Never mind those two. The most memorable character of the movie just arrived. Even though it makes zero sense in the context of the movie, there's a 1970s style pimp character who brought along two of his prostitutes. Because, you know, even pimps gotta treat their hoes to a little entertainment every once in a while. Hey, that's a bunch of shit. Holy shit, she's a friend of mine. Hey, baby, I don't know if they told this guy they were making a blaxploitation movie instead of a horror film, but either way, I'm glad he's in this movie. Gender-bent Rick James here cuts her face on a mask displayed in the lobby, but I'm sure that's not important. Anyway, let's see what the movie's like.
There's something written on this.
What to say?
They will make cemetery, their cathedral, and tomb your city.
Hey, that sounds like some pretty awesome lyrics for a metal band. And speaking of which,
According to an old legend, Nostradamus was buried here.
Nostradamus. Sounds like a rap group.
well, I got news for you, sweetheart. That's actually the name of several rock bands. Not only that, but the movie everyone's watching seems like it could be a music video for one of them.
What's happening is they're going down into a room together. Are they scared? Yeah, they are.
You mind not talking? Some people are trying to watch the movie. You know, watch the movie. I can see why the preppy guys are trying to get with our main characters. They seem to be the only people in this movie theater who aren't making out. Back in the movie, they desecrate Nostradamus' grave. All right, time to read the Necronomicon and get the plot going.
It's written by Nostradamus. Something about demon, instrument, evil.
Good one, Nostradamus. Turns out there's a mask in the movie that looks the same as the one in the lobby that scratched the hooker earlier, but I'm sure there's no connection. What's that?
Started bleeding again.
And just buy some gum from the concession stand and cover it with that. Actually, gotta get a lot of gum for that. Oh well, how are people enjoying the movie? Shut up. Yeah, you sound like one of the critics who didn't get this movie. Don't worry about her. She's probably just doing some coke in the bathroom. Whoa! Looks like she did a little too much. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Well, there may be demons loose in the movie theater, but on the plus side, at least the cinematography and gore effects are good. Also, if you were wondering just what the connection is between the movie and the mask in the lobby and how this turns people into demons, I don't know. They never really explained that part, but hey, we got a plot now. This is pretty unique among demonic possession movies in that the demons seem to be spread through killer acne. And even though this movie's Italian, it still goes by 80s slasher movie rules, which means anyone trying to get laid dies first. But when I wasn't joking about the gore effects in this movie, the makeup artists really go all out here. Damn, audiences haven't fled this fast from a theater since Freddy got fingered at a screening here. And not only does this have an evil book that releases demons just like in Evil Dead, it also pulls the whole disappearing exit trick.
Quick, trapped in here!
No, there doesn't. Did you see Dario Argento's name at the beginning? As long as the movie looks cool and is entertaining, they don't got to explain shit.
Listen to me! That's fine, emergency, I think!
I don't know why the pimp is so scared. A black person's already been the first victim in this movie. Speaking of which, this movie really knows how to get under your skin, so to speak. I'm on deck, bitch.
It's the movie.
What about the movie?
I don't know how to explain it. It's just a feeling.
Look, I already said you don't need to explain everything in the movie. Just go along for the ride. They figure out that the movie's responsible for the demons, and if they destroy the projector, that'll get rid of them? Maybe? I don't really know.
Open the door and let us in! Open the door!
The window of the protection room. I can get in through there.
Hey, that could work.
Oh, there's no need.
And that also works too. Now that they're in the projection booth, time to destroy the film just like George Lucas tried to do to the Star Wars holiday special.
Now the damn isn't hurt us anymore.
It's not the movie.
Oh, so the theater's responsible for the demons. I guess. Yeah, I don't know if gouging out the eyes of a blind guy is that effective. I think the demon should have ripped his ears off or something.
Hey, look, there's a body here. Why don't you take her legs and help me throw her over the edge? What are you waiting for, you son of a bitch? I won't give you a hand, right? She's dead. Leave her alone.
Hey, idiot, were you taking a leak when people got turned into demons earlier? Now shut up and give him a hand, will ya? Hey, what are you doing, man? Can't you see that he's dead? Just leave him alone, will ya? You know what? Maybe you should just do whatever this guy says. Damn, that pimp was just 2 days from collecting money from his hoes. Oh, great. The demons just killed the most memorable character in this movie. The survivors decide to barricade the theater to keep the demons from getting to them. You would think they'd try to find some way to get out of the theater instead of fortifying themselves inside, but whatever. As the demons continue to wreak havoc and spew red-colored corn syrup all over the theater, we then cut to a group of punks who seem to be looking for an Italian knockoff of Return of the Living Dead.
This shit wake up the dead.
Whatever, everyone knows Mountain Dew will get you way more fucked up. Also, I think one of the punks might be played by Italian Mickey Rourke. Punks are attracted to the theater where the demons are, probably because the lighting show is different there. Oh no, the demons got this guy's sweater. Now how is he supposed to signal to girls that his family's rich?
No. Just see someone place. They can't get them.
Trust me, babe, I know all about these supernatural monsters none of us have ever seen before. I went to a private school. At least some people seem to be trying to find a way out. Unfortunately, that just leads to where the theater was planning on putting an arcade. And you just finished breaking through a concrete wall. You're telling me you can't bust through a few bricks? Meanwhile, I'm not sure why the punks are in trouble. Back in the 80s, I thought punks loved the police.
Hey, I said put your hands on the... Fuck off, baby! Stop her on shoot!
No, hold it. It's a blind alley.
So, does that mean we can't arrest him then? The people inside the theater really wasted their time breaking down that wall since somebody left the back door open. Also, it turns out Blind Alley was really just referring to the demons. The demon was going for a gun. You all saw it. Man, even the air ducts in this theater are stylishly lit. If it weren't for the demons, this place could be a really awesome nightclub. Actually, no joke. The building where they filmed this really is a nightclub now. Hopefully, Claudio Simonetti's played there at some point. Come on, baby. Let's see if we can die hard our way on out of this place.
This is a great idea.
Well, now now you chased it. See? Told you. Why the hell are you crawling so slowly? You got plenty of room.
It's impossible. Get in.
Damn it, kid. How many times do I have to keep saying it? This movie doesn't have to make sense as long as it's entertaining. Meanwhile, the punks keep searching the theater, but one of them gets distracted. She's not used to seeing a mirror that doesn't have cocaine on it. Oh, and I wouldn't worry about the lipstick. You're going to be covered in red soon enough. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a poster image. Now they just got to hang it up in the theater.
You're right. Help's coming. We've been rescued.
Did anybody actually call for help? Because if not, I don't know if it's a great idea to take down the barricades. I'm a demon, sucker. Well, congratulations, you just let the demons back in. But on the plus side, this does mean we get some more gore effects. Thankfully, our main characters managed to escape. And by escape, I mean they're still trapped in the theater with a bunch of demons. However, I think something might be wrong with Kathy. Or maybe she's a demon. Yep, definitely a demon. Better get the hell out of there. Guys, feel free to start running anytime now. Run, asshole! Shut the fuck up. You want to get killed by a demon or what?
Look at her back.
I'd probably start running, but sure, you can look at the effects. Oh shit, she's giving birth to a back gremlin. I knew you shouldn't have fed her after midnight. Ken ends up getting scratched, which means he now has no choice but to commit demon seppuku. Or, you know, he could just get somebody else to do it.
Take it, George. Kill me. Don't let me become like them. Come on. Kill me.
Are you sure? I mean, we could always just stand here and stare at you until you start attacking us. Okay, you were right. I'll kill you. By the way, you may have noticed that they made sure to show off that samurai riding a motorcycle display at the beginning. And you know the rules of good storytelling. If you introduce a motorcycle and a samurai sword in the first act, you damn well better use them in the third. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. Alright, if anyone watching this was wondering why this movie has a cult following, here it is summed up in one scene. You know, the word metal is sometimes used inappropriately to describe things, but a guy on a bike slicing up demons with a samurai sword while an Accept song plays on the soundtrack, that's pretty fucking metal. Alright, it just took care of most of the demons. However, I think Godzilla's attacking the theater now. Okay, well, that would probably make a lot of my fans happy. What the hell? Since when did John Landis take over directing this movie? Yeah, guys, this isn't the ending to Dawn of the Dead. I don't think the helicopter's gonna work. It does lead to some nice kills, though. With the helicopter out of commission, they have no choice but to harpoon the rest of the demons to death. Oh, or they could just use it to escape. Good thing the helicopter came with a winch, otherwise they would have had to take the stairs to the roof. Oh, and in case you were wondering what happened to Michele Soavi. What? Don't look so surprised. I mean, he does look like the Terminator. You should have known he'd be back. Now, at this point, you may be wondering just who this guy is, why his face is like that, why he's trying to kill them, and why he was handing out tickets to a screening of an evil demon movie earlier. And the answer to all those questions is Dario Argento wrote and produced this movie. What? You don't got to explain who that fucking guy is. The one thing they do have to do is give him a gory death scene. Stay terminato, Stronzo. All right, not only did they manage to kill whoever the hell that guy was, but they also escaped the theater. Wait a second. This is an 80s Italian horror movie. So that ending seemed a little too easy. Ooh, sorry to break it to you two, but I think you just escaped into an Italian post-apocalyptic movie. I'm not joking. Turns out the whole city's been overrun and destroyed. I guess that evil demon movie must have gotten a wide theatrical release. Not to worry though, this friendly group of survivors will give you a hand, even if they did also bring a kid along with them.
Where are we going? West. Saw some light in the sky. Maybe not everything's lost. Maybe there's still some place where we can start a new life.
It kind of seems like you're starting a whole new movie. Apparently not though, since that's the end. Or is it? You know, I've done the whole fake ending gag on this show before, but I think this is the first time that the actual movie's done it. Despite being heavily censored in some parts of the world, Demons was still a success, so much so that Bava and Argento both returned for a sequel, Demons 2, released the following year, although in some countries the second film was actually released first and called Demons, while the first film was called Demons 2. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's not like they wouldn't make sense if you watched them out of order, considering they don't make any sense in the first place. It also got a whole bunch of unofficial sequels that were usually just unrelated Italian horror movies that were retitled, like The Church, Cemetery Man, and Black Demons. Here's hoping the pimp character came back for that one. Even the Umberto Bava went on to consider this his best film. Critics at the time were less impressed, including Leonard Maltin, who called it extremely gruesome and violent, with no characterization, no logic, and no plot. Okay, well, here's what I have to say to that. Oops, shut up. Alright, to be fair to Leonard Maltin, he is right that this movie doesn't have much in the way of plot, character, or logic. It doesn't need to. A lot of Italian horror movies are more about style over sense, and once the demons invade the theater, it keeps the blood and guts flowing at a good pace. Structurally, this is basically a zombie movie, but because they technically aren't zombies, the film can do some weird, over-the-top stuff that you wouldn't normally see in a zombie film. It may not make a whole lot of sense, or even a little sense, but if you just go along for the ride, it's pretty fun. I mean, come on, do I need to play the motorcycle samurai sword demon chopping scene again? I don't care if it makes any sense how we got here, I'm just glad it exists in the first place. Well, that's all for now, though I feel like I had something big to announce. Was it?
You know, this is me. I'm 1 year old.
Already selling your twat, huh?
I think we're going to stop the stream for now, and I will be back later.
Whoa, 1980 was 40 years ago? Well, that explains the gray in my beard, no hair on my head, and
All right. And this.